Torrance Democratic Club has been proud to support and endorse Al Muratsuchi since he first ran for Assembly in 2012. And before that, he was president of the Torrance Unified School District School Board. And so we've known him for a long time. He's now serving his last term as our assembly member for the South Bay, the 66th Assembly District. And he'll be running for statewide office in 2026. So we look forward to that as well. So without further ado, please again give a warm welcome to Assembly Member Al Muratsuchi.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Al Muratsuchi, and it's so great to be able to join all of you progressives throughout the South Bay for this very special event. I first want to thank Kenny. I understand this is your event. And I got my favorite Invisible South Bay t-shirt on. Looks like I'll be adding to my t-shirt collection. So thank you very much for inviting me to join all of you. You know, as Kenny just talked about, this past week, we have seen the latest example of how our nation is in a crisis. You know, having military-style operations coming into downtown Los Angeles, you know, with the flashbang grenades and you know, the assault weapons. I mean, this is not Los Angeles, this is not California. And so that's why it's so important for all of us to come together to stand up in this time of crisis. You know, I was just talking with folks. I was at a SEIU event yesterday, the Service Employees International Union, and some of you know that the president of the SEIU statewide union, David Huerta, I wasn't there, but many of you may have seen the videos. I mean, it looked like he was shoved down and then arrested. The ICE is claiming that he was obstructing operations. He's claiming that he was just exercising his free speech rights. But much needs to be determined in terms of you know, a lot of the facts that are happening. But we know that you know, this is not just happening in downtown Los Angeles. Just also coincidentally, this past week, we saw a connection to these issues of immigration and mass deportations taking place right here in our backyard at Torrance Elementary School. Many of you may have seen a fourth grader at Torrance Elementary School. You know, he went with his father to immigration court in downtown Los Angeles. He was, you know, he was trying to follow his father and his son. They had entered the country without documentation, but ever since then, they have been applying to try to legalize their status. They had applied for asylum through the federal immigration court, and then he appealed the decision of the immigration court to the federal appeals court. And they had actually gone down to downtown Los Angeles to try to further pursue their legal rights. They were trying to follow the law. They were trying to play within the rule of law, and that's when they were detained by ICE. And so, you know, if that's not an example of how, you know, we need immigration reform in our country to allow, you know, someone that has been part of our community, you know, this fourth grader at Torrance Elementary School, that so many people in the Torrance community are just coming together to support the family, because he was one of our kids. you know, he was one of our kids, and now he is being detained, we don't know what exactly is happening. It looks like he's being processed to be deported. But that is an example of how the Trump administration is attacking our most vulnerable students, not just fourth graders at Torrance Elementary School. We know, I see Sarah Lyon in here, the Trump administration is attacking our LGBTQ students. He's attacking our immigrant students. He's attacking what I want people to understand when he's talking about dismantling the United States Department of Education. Does anyone in the audience know what the biggest function of the United States Department of Education is?
Civil rights.
Civil rights, that's right. They have the Office of Civil Rights, and their job is to ensure that every child, has equal rights to a free and equal public education. And the biggest caseload that the U.S. Department of Education deals with in terms of addressing civil rights, in terms of ensuring equal opportunity for every child, every student, are our special education students, our children with special needs. And so when he's attacking the U.S. Department of Education, he's attacking, laws that have existed, been part of our national and state and local educational governance for decades. But without the enforcement, the investigative and the enforcement arms of these efforts, these laws become meaningless. And so that's what I want to make sure that people understand when we see the attacks by the Trump administration, especially on our most vulnerable students. It's on our immigrant students, it's on our LGBTQ students, it's on our special needs students, it's on our low-income students. When he's talking about dismantling, defunding Head Start. Head Start is one of the most successful programs that we've had for decades to give, an equal chance, equal opportunities to our kids by investing in early childhood education. One of the most effective education programs, early childhood education programs that we've ever seen. So I'm here to join all of you to stand to fight back. Last fall, I had the opportunity to teach a Poli-Sci 1 at El Camino College, Introduction to American Government. And we were following closely the presidential election, and a number of my students, as we were following the presidential debates, they were talking about, they were concerned when they were hearing Trump talking about mass deportations, his plans for mass deportations. They were talking about how they were concerned that they were going to be deported, that their family was going to be separated. And so, out of those conversations, as chair of the Assembly Education Committee, my first bill that I introduced was a bill to do everything in our power to try to keep ICE out of our public schools. So again, I wanted to bring home, what's happening, what we saw happening with the military-style operations taking place in our neighborhoods and here in Los Angeles, connecting the dots to the fourth grader at Torrance Elementary School and to the students, the kids at El Camino College. This is all unfolding in real time before our eyes right here in our own community. That's why it's so important for all of us to come together to fight back. So thank you very much for letting me join all of you. I look forward to